The makers movement is exploding across the world. It's giving students an opportunity to have hands-on creativity. So they're maybe given a box full of materials and say, all right, you need to try to build a device that can go across a wire.
I think it fits right along with the national movement of the DIY, the do-it-yourself. That's taking such a huge momentum just in our culture outside of the classroom as well, and it's bringing in for students to do in the classroom.
I think it's a recognition of times gone by and when we had these different crafts movements, and now we're looking at bringing into kind of a newer way of looking at making things when you're adding in technology and engineering and bringing different pieces together. So you can have something that's really crafty, but it's got kind of an electronic flair added in that becomes really exciting as well. So it's something that's around us, but it's also something that's so intuitive and makes so much sense of, what'd you make? It's really exciting just to be making things. And there's a pride that surfaces whenever our students or any of us as adults go through that process and make something.
Maker philosophy is that everybody has something to share and to build, and it doesn't matter what your interest is, that we support the creativity that is inside of you, whether it's sewing, whether it's doing CAD design or programming. The maker movement is creating for others and sharing it.
I think not having those defined outcomes, I think it's the first step in bringing maker into your classroom. If you can open up what you expect from your students and what is that final product going to look like, if it's a true maker, nothing's going to be the same. So having a completely open final product, I think is the first step. It's fun to have classes where students are so engaged and allowed to do something that they aren't able to do in many of their other classrooms. This comes out, I think, the most with student behavior. Many of my students can, I believe, be issues for other teachers in other classrooms. And I am shocked when I hear about that, because in my classroom, when they're making their movies or podcasts, they're 100% engaged. There's no behavior issue whatsoever, and they're there. I mean, they are able to be who they want to be, doing what they want to do with no distractions, I think. And so having a student do what they're passionate about makes the world of difference every day in the classroom.
And also, it carries over to their other classes. So if they have that class where they're getting the hands-on experience and being able to kind of steer their own education in like a maker class, then they get to kind of say, okay, how can I use that math to make this happen, or the science? And so it all comes together for them, and it carries out throughout the day.
Yeah, we've had teachers who teach core academic subjects come to us and say, did you teach the kids how to do this? Because they just brought this into my room and it was amazing. And the kids are really excited and the teachers are really excited and want to know more. So it's nice to see that excitement spreads throughout the school.